This is a tutorial that continues on from the previous tutorial for ICS2.0, and in this tutorial we're going to make the car move around on the screen. In the previous one I showed you how to do a motion tween, but in this one we want the player or the user to actually take control. So we're starting to get the beginnings of a very basic game. What I have on the screen is I have a layer that has my car on it. I have another layer that has my buttons on it, and then I have my code layer. Let's just go and look at the code. In the code layer, I'm using the buttons just as we have in the past, and for each button I'm moving an attribute of the car. So I am changing, for the up button, I'm changing the car's Y position to be the car's Y position minus 10. So in order to understand this, you have to understand coordinates in Flash. And in Flash, the upper left-hand corner of the screen is 0, 0. So all of the coordinates increase from that position. So if you want the car to appear to be moving up, you have to subtract from the Y coordinate. If you want the car to appear to be moving down, you're going to add to the Y coordinate. If you want it to look like it's moving to the left, you're going to subtract from the X. And if you want it to look like it's moving right, you're going to add to the X. So when we run this code, up, when I click it, moves the car up, down moves the car down, left and right. So this is a fairly simple tutorial. This file is showing how you can use multiple symbols inside of other symbols. So in this case I have the same car. If I double click on that car, I have the body of the car, which is a drawing, and I have the wheels to the car, which are symbols. If I double click on the wheels, I get this symbol. Now I have some code in this symbol. We're going to just have a quick look at that. On the first frame I have a stop because I want to be able to control, I don't want the wheels to just turn automatically. On the last frame I have a go to and play to. What this essentially does is this puts the playhead back to frame 2 and plays from there. So what we're doing is we're looping our animation. So we're going from frame, it looks like about 11 or 12, and then back to 2, and then playing through again. This allows me to control the wheels from code. So if I go back here to scene 1 and I look at my code, I have a button listener. We've already seen this. And button 1 is just making the car visible or invisible. That's the same as what we've seen before. But now I have another button that I'm calling Start Wheels. I reference the car dot wheel 1. So I'm talking to the car and I'm talking to the object in the car that is named wheel 1, the instance of wheel named wheel 1, and then dot go to and play 2. So what that does is it starts the wheel spinning. I do the same for wheel 2. Then I have another button which is a stop button. And the stop button, same logic, it goes to and stops frame 1 of wheel 1 and wheel 2 that is within the car. So when I run this one, if I click this button, which I haven't named the buttons terribly well, obviously, the wheels spin. If I click the left-hand button, the wheels stop spinning. And of course, this upper button is just my visible invisible from before. This has been a quick tutorial on how to manipulate objects in Flash.